Welcome back to the deep dive. So today our sources point to something really quite striking. It's this huge shift happening in India with cable cars and ropeways.
Yeah, it's fascinating. We're not really talking about those slow, scenic tourist rides anymore, are we?
Not at all. Our mission here is to quickly get a handle on how this tech went from, a niche tourism thing to becoming core national infrastructure. It's driving some serious double-digit growth.
And fundamentally, it's an infrastructure play driven by geography. India's basically realized, look, if you need to connect tricky mountainous areas or really choked urban centers fast and sustainably,
You go over.
you have to go over the land, not fight your way through it. It's about beating difficult geography and doing it cost effectively.
Okay, so let's unpack the strategy that kicked this all off. The main thing seems to be this Parvatmala Pariyojana. That's the National Ropeways Development Program, right? Announced just last fiscal year.
That's the one. It's the catalyst.
And the scale they're talking about is, well, it's pretty staggering. The sources mention over 250 projects, totaling more than 1,200 kilometers of new lines.
Yeah, 1,200 kilometers. And it's targeted, very strategically focused. Think about the regions, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, J&K, the Northeast.
Places where building roads is a nightmare.
Exactly. It's incredibly difficult, environmentally damaging, expensive, and sometimes politically tricky with land acquisition. Ropeways just have this massive advantage in that kind of terrain.
Right. And to make sure this actually happens and happens fast, they needed to get private companies on board. So the financing model is key. It's mostly public-private partnerships, PPPs, using something called the hybrid annuity model, or 8TAM. And the crucial part, as I understand it, is that the government steps in and covers 60% of the cost during construction.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
That drastically lowers the upfront risk for the private partner. It makes these complex projects much more investable right from the start and brings in builders who might otherwise hesitate.
Okay, so that explains the how. Now, the applications. This is where it gets really interesting because it's not just one thing. It tackles two big needs: moving people and moving materials.
Correct.
So on the passenger side, we're seeing it used for last mile connectivity in cities, not just remote pilgrimage sites. The big example everyone points to is the Varanasi Ropeway.
India's first urban public transport ropeway.
Yeah, just under 4 kilometers long, but designed to carry something like 96,000 people a day? That's serious capacity for urban transit.
It is. And if Varanasi is the proof of concept, then you look at Shimla. The proposal there is ambitious. We're talking almost 14 kilometers, 15 stations.
Wow.
If that gets built, it'd be the second biggest urban ropeway network globally. I think Medellin in Colombia has the largest currently. And it's all aimed at easing the insane traffic congestion in Shimla.
But it's not just about people moving around cities or hills, right? You mentioned materials. This material handling ropeway, or MHR side of things, feels like the unsung hero here.
Oh, absolutely. It's often overlooked, but it's vital for the economic goals. I mean, how do you efficiently get heavy stuff across these difficult landscapes?
Right.
MHR is the answer. Think mining, moving coal or limestone, that kind of thing, to processing plants or railheads. It's also used heavily in constructing large infra projects, like hydropower plants or dams in remote areas.
And the tech is different.
Yeah, it's specialized.
Okay.
MHR systems often use things like angle stations, which let the ropeway change direction, and they have customized carriers designed specifically for bulk materials, not passenger cabins.
Oh.
Moving freight quickly and reliably over tough terrain, that's a huge economic lever.
So boiling it down, the core reasons this market is booming seem to be, feasibility and cost, especially concerning land.
Precisely. Ropeways need a fraction of the land compared to a new highway or a metro line, particularly in hilly or built-up areas. That slashes capital costs way down.
And they're greener too, presumably.
Definitely a greener option. Lower power consumption overall, less direct pollution compared to convoys of trucks grinding up mountain roads. And again, that terrain adaptability. Sometimes it's just the only practical way to connect point A to point B when you're dealing with steep slopes or unstable ground.
It really does feel like a joined-up strategy then, tackling infrastructure challenges, geography, sustainability, all at once.
It is. But perhaps the most impactful aspect, when you really think long-term, is how MHR could transform rural economies in these remote areas.
How so?
Well, we talk about coal and ore, but imagine using MHR systems to bring high-value agricultural products. Think apples from Himachal, spices from the Northeast, maybe forest produce out of isolated villages.
Bypassing those terrible roads.
Exactly. It connects farmers directly to markets much more reliably and quickly, especially for perishable goods. that direct boost to rural livelihoods, linking small producers to the wider economy. That might be the most profound impact of all in the long run. Something to really watch.